Hi, I just want to share a video. I found it from Perry Durer's channel. They found it from a different channel. It involves two old books predicting the rise of Trump. I also found PDFs of the two books. I will be linking them in the description below. I suggest you take a look at the video and the books and draw your own conclusions.
Hello everyone, welcome back. I wanted to share something real quick that is probably one of the freakiest, craziest things I've seen on the internet in a while, and it has to do with what most of you know of as predictive programming, and we have thought that this is sort of a newer phenomenon that happens now where they put things like in Simpsons shows that happen with the presidency and the Twin Towers and all of these things that we see. And it's pretty much just the plan of these Luciferians that run things, their little plan, and they put it out there. They can put it in stone like the Georgia Guidestones and nobody bats an eye. But we see these things happen all the time. This little story here, though, that I'm about to share with you, I found on Facebook from, I guess it was Young Dre, I don't know who that is, posted this initially, and it's freaky. And we're going to dig into it. I just want to go through it real fast, get your thoughts, and find out if this is an actual book. It appears to be, and I'm going to read this. I'm going to narrate this to you so you can hear it. You don't have to read it, but you can read along if you want to. And it says here, the person said, "So I'm on the Office of Congress Library website and came across this book written in 1893. Look at the title." Probably can't see it because it's very low quality, but I'll zoom in on it. It says, "Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey." Baron Trump. Doesn't seem to really ring a bell, probably, unless you're familiar with the fact that the book is about a boy, of course, named Baron Trump, and he found a secret portal and time traveled. But that's not the crazy part. Hashtag wait for it. Baron Trump is Donald Trump's son. Okay? Looks a lot like the boy on the cover, if you look at them. They look a lot alike. And remember, this was written in the 1800s. Okay? But it says, in the book, Baron Trump had a mentor he looked up to, named, guess what? Don. This crap gets even better. And all the crap in the book takes place in Russia. Guess who's from Russia? Melania Trump. She's from Russia. Well, there was a sequel to this book that was written 4 years later in 1896. The same author writes this sequel, and he calls it The Last President. And this is when it gets real. The Last President. Okay? It's about a very wealthy man who lived in New York on Fifth Avenue who ran for president but wasn't expected to win. Look where Trump Tower's address is. Fifth Avenue, New York. It's crazy. Somebody tell me this is not based on this book. There's no way that's in the book. I'm going to have to look into this. But if it's really in that book, because the person told us, hey, look into it yourself, I would really like to see that. That's pretty crazy. But it says, remember, this book was written over 124 years ago. But anyways, after his inauguration, he started picking people for his cabinet. And guess who was one of the people? The guy's name was, he was in agriculture. It was Lafay Pence. P-E-N-C-E. Pence. Mike Pence. God, that is crazy. I couldn't believe I was reading this. Whoever put this together and figured this or found this, props to you. This is pretty cool. Pretty deep rabbit hole stuff here that you just cannot make up unless you know the plan. But in 1943, one of the most famous inventors, named Nikola Tesla, died from a blood clot. Before his death, he claimed he had built a time machine and used it to travel back in time and into the future. See, now this is where I get kind of lost because I don't know much about anything, if that's verified or whatever, or a valid story if he'd ever claimed that. But after he died, the United States government took all of his inventions and notes. The name of the office that seized all of his work was the Office of Alien Property. After they looked through it, they passed it to the FBI. This is an actual office. It's called the Office of Alien Property. And that's pretty much something that was during World War I and again during World War II. And it was a custodian of enemy property that belonged to U.S. enemies. Nikola Tesla was not our enemy as far as I knew. But just so you know, that's a real government office. Keep reading, it gets crazier. After they gave up on trying to figure his inventions out, they hired an outside engineer who could understand the work of Nikola Tesla. And guess who this dude was? John G. Trump. This is the famous electrical engineer and inventor and physicist. He was a recipient of U.S. President Ronald Reagan's National Medal of Science and a member of the National Academy of Engineers. John Trump is Donald Trump's grandfather. But after studying the time machine notes and inventions of Nikola Tesla, he told the government he didn't find anything. And it says here, could he have lied to keep the inventions to himself and out of the hands of the government? I don't believe that's the case. I just think this is all part of that like predictive programming rabbit hole type stuff. But it says, fun fact, Donald Trump's mama, her name is Mary, and his father, his middle name is Christ. And he was born on the night of a total lunar eclipse. Mother's name Mary, father's name Frederick Christ. Interesting stuff. And yes, he was born June 14th, 1946 on a supposed lunar eclipse. Little freaky. And you see things like that. People say, like in the Bible, how it says at the last trump, then the sun will return. It'd be weird if it was actually talking about Trump, but I know it's not. But you never know. Crazy stuff. Definitely really insane coincidences. And there's a lot of things going on, conspiracies about that. You can look into it. I've never looked into this. I just thought this was crazy. Wanted to share it, get your thoughts, because it's definitely mind-blowing to see that this predictive programming and things of that nature date back so far, altering our reality. Most of it's scripted. Almost 99% of what you see, especially in the news, is really scripted. We're finding that out, and it's just, I think if we could see the whole picture and how deceived we really are, it goes beyond the shape of Earth and all of that. It goes way further and way deeper, and the tricks are getting better and better, and they're really pulling one over our eyes. I'm going to go over some of the things they're doing here in another video pretty soon, but stay vigilant, keep on the full armor, keep your shield up, don't set it down, stay out of your comfort zone, keep seeking truth.
Thanks for watching. Like I said, check out the links in the description below.